PG&E is planning power shutoffs in the Bay Area. Will they affect SJSU?
Allegations of harassment have been raised against SJSU's AS president. I'm Roman Contreras, and I'll have more on that coming up soon.
And elderly residents learn new skills. Update News starts now.
From the School of Journalism and Mass Communications at San Jose State University, your source for what's happening with a fresh perspective on today's issues. You're watching Update News.
Welcome to Update News. I'm Julene Aguilar.
And I'm Jacqueline Vela. It's an uncertain time for Northern Californians as power could go out at any minute. Many schools have closed, including Cal Berkeley, but San Jose State anticipates being able to remain open in spite of the threat of outages. Madison Montoya is live on campus. She's talking with PG&E. Madison?
Jacqueline, a PG&E spokesperson tells me that nearly 800,000 people could be affected by the shutdown, and it could last up to 7 days. PG&E decided to shut off power after the National Weather Service issued a red flag warning due to elevated fire risk. The outages started early yesterday morning. Residents from 34 counties, including Santa Clara County, have been preparing by rushing to the store just in case their power gets shut off.
Heaviest impacts the homes that are on the hills because that's where wind speeds are higher.
PG&E says some areas of Santa Clara County will be affected by the power outage even though they are not located in weather risk areas.
However, there are customers who live in areas that there isn't a lot of wind, but because they're served by equipment that's on the mountain, and if we shut off power to that, that means that their power will also be impacted.
PG&E has provided a resource center at Avaya Stadium where residents can go for Wi-Fi, bottled water, power outlets, and bathrooms. There is no telling when power will be turned back on, as it will be determined after the weather subsides and the equipment is inspected. San Jose State supplies its own electricity and has backup generators, so authorities don't believe that SJSU will be directly affected. Live on campus, Madison Montoya, Update News.
SJSU Associated Students President Brandon Parent faces allegations of stalking and harassment. The case has caused him to be suspended from his job as AS president. Roman Contreras is live in the newsroom with more. Roman?
Jaylene, and a former SJSU student is accusing a former student is making the accusations against AS President Brandon Parent, and she would like to remain anonymous.
The former student lodged a formal complaint with the Title IX office here on campus in late August, saying AS President Brandon Parent, who was her on-again, off-again boyfriend, was harassing her. The office issued this no-contact order.
The self-described survivor said that Parent left emotional scars as well as physical abuse marks, including bruises from the use of excessive force.
But the self-described victim says Parent violated the order several times by stalking her social media accounts and appearing in places he knew she would be, including this Delta Sigma Phi Toga party, September 12th.
I think he needs to be removed from all positions of power. You know, I know he's the AS president, and I feel it is SJSU's duty to take these claims seriously.
A student who spoke with us wants the university to take the allegations seriously.
They need to do better at restraining his power and taking him out of office until this whole situation has been thoroughly investigated.
The self-described survivor claims that she and Parent were in a relationship for 8 months, while a statement from Parent's lawyer claims it was only 3. When the allegations surfaced, Parent was suspended from his fraternity, Pi Kappa Phi, and has since been reinstated. As the news breaks around campus, students are voicing their concerns about the accusations at hand.
That's kind of pathetic. I mean, if these are allegations, right? So it's not anything definite so far.
It's horrible. It's pretty scary that someone has so much power and they are doing that.
On October 30th, a judge is expected to decide whether or not to enforce a full restraining order. And live in the newsroom, Roman Contreras, Update News.
Almost everyone knows the saying, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. These senior citizens prove that at least with elderly people, it's entirely possible. Jay Vin Luen has more on this story.
Learning new skills becomes more difficult with aging, but studies show that overcoming this challenge can lead to improved brain health and memory function. Although the brain is not a muscle, it behaves like one. The more you exercise its functions, the more it will stay in its best shape.
I say it's really good for all of us to go through these kind of refresher classes often. maybe every couple of years at least, because it makes it fresh and we kind of have a chance to start over again.
Growing older isolates people and leaves them with a lack of human engagement. Senior citizen classes help provide respectful interactions with people from multiple backgrounds.
But to see them come together and be able to listen to one another, and I think that would help with this gap. And instead of complaining all the time that these young people don't care.
Learning something new with someone in the same age group takes off some of the pressure of competing with a younger person who is more technically advanced. Even if the elderly are willing to learn, there are physical barriers that prevent them from learning new skills.
Learning a new skill may reduce a senior's risk of dementia by strengthening connections in different parts of the brain. These connections can be improved through activities that are cognitively demanding.
Elderly people want to branch out to younger people so they can learn from each other. Author and mentor Danny Burton says younger people can benefit from spending time with an older generation.
I love working with millennials. I love working with younger people. I think that the gifts that people my age bring to this are ones that you haven't learned yet and you haven't found. And you may or may not get them through your family.
According to a 2013 study published in the Journal of Psychological Science, seniors who learn a new skill have improved memory. The study involved 221 people between age 60 to 90.
And also learn all new techniques that maybe that we never heard of before, or we've tried before but didn't really become great at it yet.
The study found that what you learn is just as important as trying new things. On campus, Javen Luan, Update News.
After a 50-year ban, Tommy Smith and John Carlos are being inducted into the U.S. Olympic Hall of Fame. The induction is scheduled for November 1st in Colorado Springs, Colorado. The two athletes are immortalized on campus. This is the first induction ceremony since 2012. The Hall of Fame committee said the induction is based on Smith and Carlos' character, conduct, and off-field contributions. We asked some people on campus what they know about the two.
We're bold in the face of such, hatred and racism, which we're still experiencing today.
The history of what happened after they were students showed how powerful it was, and I think that can show students that it doesn't take much all the time.
The two former Spartans finished first and third in the 200-meter dash in the 1968 Olympics. After raising a fist to protest racism during the American national anthem, Smith and Carlos were banned from Olympic participation. Social justice activism brings people together, and if music, art, and good food are around, then change can ignite students to make a difference. Jessica Jimenez reports.
Students are taking social justice into their own hands. The Rooted Social Justice Music and Arts Festival last Thursday drew hundreds of students to the 7th Street Plaza.
Students are gathering at the festival to see everything that it has to offer. From music to art, social justice is highlighted all throughout this event.
Third-year student Tara Ibrahimpour came here by chance when she heard the music that led her to start an activity.
I made this beautiful piece of art. It's fabulous. I'm an artist, as you can tell. Definitely not. But it was really fun to make it, and I'm just excited to check out all the other booths.
She is interested in becoming a more active student on campus because of events such as this.
Oh, definitely. I will be here for any events that are social change or about the environment. I'm really passionate about saving the environment.
The department manager of the Cesar Chavez Community Action Center, Diana Victus, says this event honors the legacy of student activism at San Jose State.
And we specifically do it in October because it's the same month Tommy Smith and John Carlos raised their fists during the 1968 Olympics.
Volunteers here say music and art are icebreakers to social justice conversations.
I think that art is just a really good way, and music, to break down those walls and be more vulnerable and be able to have those difficult conversations.
This is the Cesar Chavez Community Action Center's biggest event of the year, and it was a big turnout. Students and faculty came together to create a sense of community, tackling social problems one small project at a time. On campus, Jessica Jimenez, Update News.
When we come back, Jonathan Guzman will be here with a look at arts and entertainment.
The city of San Jose was taken over by the Rock and Roll Half Marathon weekend. I'll have the story coming up next.
Paola Jimenez, a recent SJSU graduate, started her own business. I'm Jaylene Aguilar, and I'll have more on that story coming up.
And Cumbia takes over downtown San Jose. Update News returns in a flash.
now we have Jonathan Guzman with Arts and Entertainment.
Did you hear about the Little Italy festival they had this past weekend?
I did not, but I'll definitely check it out next year. Italian culture is being celebrated in San Jose. The 4th annual Little Italy celebration drew hundreds of people to downtown San Jose. Admission to the festival is free, and all other proceeds are going towards the construction of an Italian cultural center and museum. The festival is organized by the Little Italy San Jose Foundation, which is a nonprofit geared towards historical renovation of the Little Italy neighborhood.
My main advice is just to walk around and eat some good food and people watch.
The event provided several Italian foods for sale, such as pasta, pizza, Italian soda, and gelato. There was also live music, vendors, and opportunities to see several traditional Italian dances. The small street festival is a one-day event, but Little Italy is open open year-round, a small Italian cultural experience. The International House is preparing to welcome the SJSU community to its upcoming Harvest Festival. iHouse usually hosts its traditional international-inspired pancake breakfast, but this year it created a new event, an international-inspired food truck harvest festival. Since 1983, every resident who lived in the International House has been a part of the pancake breakfast.
All 70 of our residents participate. Every single person in the house has to participate, and they participate actively, but it's a really great high-energy day.
The Harvest Festival will incorporate different traditions and cultures like Oktoberfest. The festival will be held this Sunday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the iHouse, just a block away from campus on 11th Street.
Paola Jimenez is a recent SJSU graduate. She has been working on a special project for about a year now.
Scents of sangria, arroz con leche, and el nopal are scents in the air this fall. Candles, but not the type your mom bought. Jaylene Aguilar shows us the waxy creation an SJSU entrepreneur is bringing to campus.
Paola Jimenez is a recent SJSU graduate. She has been working on a special project for about a year now. She's selling handmade candles from her home in Gilroy.
It was just something that caught my attention, and I went home, I went to the store and bought some supplies, and it kind of just started from there.
Jimenez says candles helped her throughout her college career. On a personal level, whenever she was stressed, she could light one. On a professional level, business professor Colin Onita says Jimenez is putting into practice what she learned at SJSU.
At least as far as I can see from the data and from the statistics, San Jose State is a pretty good engine for individuals that want to survive and thrive in this environment.
Jimenez's company is called PJ Candles. She says the products are eco-friendly and relate to her Latino culture.
I just felt like natural is always the best way to go, and it's not like I want to harm others or anything like that, so I feel like just being natural and simple.
PJ Candles also has additional help. Her younger sister, who is inspired by Jimenez's brand.
She does everything for the most part, but I just I'm her helper, I guess. I put the stickers on, the labels. And I do the little wicks.
PJ Candles are sold online and at a Morgan Hill beauty salon. Jimenez plans on expanding her business and hopefully bringing it back to her alma mater. On campus, Jaylene Aguilar, Update News.
Streets were blocked, blisters were forming, but most people didn't seem to care this past weekend. As San Jose hosted the Rock and Roll Half Marathon, Bree Sheets was there.
At the San Jose McHenry Convention Center Saturday, athletes checked in anticipation. They purchased shoes, clothes, and snacks, getting ready to race.
Doing the half marathon tomorrow. I did a 5K today, and it was amazing. The energy, all the people dressed up, and it was amazing. It was very good time.
It was the San Jose Rock and Roll Half Marathon. Thousands of runners, walkers, and wheelchair participants came out for this exciting half marathon weekend. At the end of the 13.1 miles, a concert celebrated everyone's accomplishment. It was a successful weekend for many people, especially for those who did the Cali combo.
My two, because I did San Francisco earlier this year, did San Diego though, but I'm riding all of them next year. So San Francisco, San Jose, Seattle too, and San Diego.
The Rock and Roll Half Marathon holds races all over the world. The next Rock and Roll Half Marathon weekend will be in Las Vegas, November 16th and 17th. In San Jose, Bree Sheets, Update News.
The dance made famous by late American Tejano singer Selena is drawing crowds here in San Jose. An 8-week series of dance lessons wrapped up Thursday in Cesar Chavez Park, ending with Cumbia Night. The group City Dance hosted the lessons every year to bring the community together while having to create A dance instructor showed the crowd how to dance cumbia, and then a local band called Latin Heat kept the crowd moving. And that does it for arts and entertainment. Nice story, Jaylene. What was your favorite scent?
I think my favorite was the arroz con leche.
When we come back, Jay Vinluan is here with sports.
San Jose State men's water polo forced Cal into overtime.
Spartan football is having its best season in years. Campus and team reactions just ahead.
And SJSU hockey embarks on a bye week. We'll tell you how they're doing in the season. Update News returns in a moment.
Now we have Jay Vinluan with sports.
So Jay, I heard water polo brought out a nice crowd Saturday night.
Yeah, they did, but sadly they came up short. The men's water polo team hosted UC Berkeley for the home opener at the new Spartan Recreation and Aquatic Center Saturday. The Spartans were on a roll with their scoring ability and had only a 2-goal deficit throughout the game. SJSU managed to tie it up in the last period, sending the game into overtime. The home crowd constantly cheered the Spartans, adding fuel to their goal-scoring fire. But ultimately, the Spartans fell to the Bears in a double overtime, ending the game 10-8.
This was a great home opener. After 4 years of not playing here, we had student support, we had fans, we family. The guys played really hard, missed a couple shots.
Regardless of the loss, Watson says going into overtime with the Cal is a good way to inaugurate the new pool. The Golden Bears are ranked 6th in the nation. Up next, the team will host Pepperdine University for a Sunday afternoon matchup. San Jose State football possesses a winning record once again after last weekend's home win against University of New Mexico. Ryan Carlson has team and campus reaction.
San Jose State football stands at a record of 3 wins and 2 losses, including a history-making win on the road in Fayetteville, Arkansas against the Razorbacks. And this past weekend, the Spartans notched their first in-conference Mountain West win of the season against division rival, the New Mexico Lobos, by a score of 32-21.
Awesome win for us. I thought the team really did a nice job finishing that game out, and they're all hard. And I think that's one of those things where you got to learn when you're winning, and you got to find a way to finish games no matter what the circumstances are.
Spartan running back Dejon Packer is looking ahead to the team's next opponent, the Nevada Wolfpack, when the team travels to Reno this Saturday.
Going with the game plan and just going out there with the right mindset that we're not done, we're just getting started.
With Spartan football having a winning record for the first time under head coach Brett Brennan, here's how students are taking it in on campus.
Bowl game, easily in their sights. With the talent they have now with Josh Love at quarterback, I mean, he's going off every single week, not disappointing a single game.
With the Spartans creating a buzz on campus, they'll try to carry the momentum into their 3rd straight Mountain West game at the University of Reno, Nevada, a team with another 3-2 record this Saturday. Ryan Carlson, Update News.
Spartan hockey was back on home ice this past weekend against Washington State University. The Spartans dropped the first game by a score of 2-1 in a heartbreaking loss, but they were able to bounce back in the following night in an exciting 5-4 victory. Here is defenseman Shane Smith after the win.
I think after last night, we bounced back pretty strong, and we did a pretty good job. Everybody, good effort. We didn't retaliate a lot. I felt a lot of the calls on us was kind of weak, but I thought we played pretty well, especially because it's pretty dirty.
Down the Cougar offense, freshman Reese Bush played well in net, getting his second victory between the pipes. With a record of 2-4, the team has a break this upcoming weekend before getting back to action on October 18th. And that's all I have for sports. The Spartans are going to Reno this weekend, and both teams actually have a 3-2 record. It should be a pretty good game.
Well, I wish them the best of luck. And that does it for this week's edition of Update News.
From all of us here, thanks for joining us and see you next week.